Howdy folks, my name is Richie aka Bog Otter, back with another Guild Wars 2 video. Today we're going to be looking at the Wyvern boss fight that I captured footage during my trip to ArenaNet to preview the Heart of Thorns expansion. So this video is going to be all about the Wyvern, and yes, I'm saying Wyvern. ArenaNet apparently has decided to call this creature a Wyvern, and I said this in another video, but ever since I was about 10 years old and playing Dungeons & Dragons, it's always been a Wyvern to me. That's how I pronounce it, and apparently lots of other people seem to pronounce it that way too.
Wyvern, Wyvern,
Wyvern, Wyvern,
Wyvern, Wyvern.
So yeah, I'm totally not calling it a Wyvern, ever. Okay, so let's talk about this Wyvern boss. Not long after you arrive in the Verdant Brink, you can spawn this event. It's a group event to board the chopper to battle a Mordrim Wyvern. Now, I believe in order to participate in this event, you're going to need to have hang gliding unlocked in the Mastery Trust skill line, because you'll see in a minute here, the platform I'm going to be leaping from, there's no real safe way to get down to fight the Wyvern without actually gliding down there. So you can see him down there breathing fire. He's going to make a tic-tac-toe board for himself and probably play. Alright, but look how cool this looks. This is one of the coolest looking fights in the game. You're going to see a whole bunch of new effects that they have created for this. There's this fire breath that he does. He just covers the ground in flames, which kill you very, very quickly. There's a whole blog post over on the official Guild Wars 2 website that goes into how they created all the effects for this boss fight. But there's a whole bunch of mechanics at play. I'm going to talk about that, but I want to forewarn you that the gameplay you're about to see is not going to be the best. I die a lot. I don't know the fight. I don't know the Revenant class at this point, and my key bindings are all messed up. So yes, excuses, but it's the truth. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on here. Like many dragons, the Wyvern is more menacing when he's up in the air. So he has this ground phase, and then periodically he'll fly up in the air. Now you can interrupt this up in the air phase, and it's very, very good to do so, because you can see he is laying down these lines of flames, and there's no telegraphs for this. You can't see where he's going to go, and he's very accurate at hitting people. So this is a very deadly phase. It's hard to actually like dodge through, and he cuts off a lot of the area of the actual floor while he's doing this burning attack. So you want to try to interrupt this as much as possible. So I'm cutting to another clip here to show you how this interrupt works. Now look at the bar right underneath his health. It's all gray right now. This is the new Defiance bar. It means right now he is immune to any kind of crowd control type effects. Periodically that bar is going to turn into that teal bar that you see right there. And right now any crowd control effects we do on him will actually eliminate that bar. And because we actually hit him with enough crowd control at that point, we stunned him and he wasn't able to fly. This was actually at the end of an attempt, so you can see he died there. But that's how the new Defiance is going to work. They made this change for a couple reasons. The first is it was hard to coordinate with groups of people with the old Defiance way. The other way, it used to be stacks, right? Let's say they had 5 Defiance stacks. So you'd have to do 5 crowd control abilities to take away his Defiance, and then the 6th crowd control would actually work on him. Well, when you just have a bunch of random people all hitting their crowd controls at random times, it was really hard to actually take advantage of it. And also, the crowd control didn't really matter how potent it was, right? Everything took away 1 stack, regardless if it was a 1-second stun versus a 3-second fear. But now they can actually have certain abilities do more damage to that Defiance bar, and some of them will obviously do less. So overall, this is a good change. It allows you to... You can never actually hurt the group by using the crowd control, you know, when that bar comes up. So here is going to be another example of an ability that this Wyvern has. He has a wing buffet that will knock you down. Alright, so you can see right here we're getting knocked back. There is a couple ways to counter this. You can actually use stability to do this. There's also a mastery that you can get. I think it's at the end of one of the lines though, so it's quite difficult to get to. But one of the masteries allows you to be immune to the wing buffets of the Wyvern, so that will be come in handy. But right there, I got knocked off the cliff, and I actually went right into an updraft. Alright, so there's these gusts of winds around this platform, and if you glide after you get knocked off into one of those updrafts, you can return to the fight like I'm doing here. I didn't actually have to maneuver, it just, that time I got lucky, but a lot of times you get knocked off and you have to try to fly and find one of those updrafts. So I like that mechanic quite a bit. So the wing buffet will knock you back, and it's definitely one of the more dangerous things about the fight, but there are ways to counter it if you're good. Here we are getting knocked back again. This time we happen to be positioned so that we didn't get knocked off, which was great. And you can see this is just a fun, challenging fight. It looks cool, and it introduces the new Defiance mechanic and introduces your gliding as well, and the use of updrafts. So I think players are going to have a lot of fun with this. I think it's the perfect thing to show off in the demo. It's a flashy fight. It gets people excited about the game. All right, and you'll see right here I'm going to get knocked off yet again, and this time I don't deploy my glider in time, and I don't see any updrafts around, so I'm just going to fall to my death. Hooray! Okay, we're going to cut back to where we actually defeated the Wyvern so I can show you the loot that we got from this. Now, there's something curious about this because apparently they didn't want us to see what this was yet. But there are 25 bits of question marks here, so I'm assuming that's some sort of currency that we don't know yet. Maybe something like the bandit crest that we're going to be able to turn in for stuff. So I assume that's going to be some sort of reward structure that goes around the Verdant Brink zone here. You can see I also got some tier 6 materials, a bag of rare gear, and some other standard stuff for that fight. I'm going to finish up the video with some footage I took with the interface off. I was going for the aesthetics of the battle. I'm going to shut up here in a minute so you can also enjoy the sound design. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, favorite, and all that jazz. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.